Rajon Rondo.
Rajon Rondo. That's what I'm talking about.
Just for the record, I'm breaking it. I did it when they said that it can't be done.
Wow, what a pass.
Champion, yeah.
Well, that's just fun. He's back. Rajon Rondo, two-time champ, four-time All-Star. Thank you, by the way, for joining us again. By the way, last time since we had you on, Doc Rivers somehow convinced you to come hang out, guest coach at training camp. Things go from there. First experience was what?
Amazing. He threw me right in the fire. I actually got to call a play set for all three units. And like I said, just not even knowing. But I always prep and practice for anything. And I think I did a great job. But other than that, it's been a fun experience. Just coming in, being a sponge, learning as much as possible. And also the coaching staff, them allowing me to come in and kind of be myself. It's been a great experience.
So how does that work? Because guest coach is different. Do you just go occasionally? Like, what are the expectations for you?
Yeah, right now I'm fortunate I can kind of make my own schedule, and I base it around my kids' schedule. My son's playing, full-time high school basketball now, and then my daughter's her last year in high school volleyball as well. So when they're not playing, I'm usually with the Bucks, and that's every so often. Try to get there at least twice a month, but it just depends on the schedule.
And what does that mean when they win the whole thing in Vegas? I'm not trying to be an accountant here, but did you get any of that, or
did you get the $500?
Did you get some cash?
No, what I got is priceless. Just the experience, the people I was able to network with, and like I said, I'm not in it, for sake right now. Like I said, I need the knowledge and just learn as much as I can. So it'll benefit.
What a good answer.
For the next 15, 20 years.
The best answer.
Let me ask you this.
Not what I wanted you to say.
Let me ask you this. Now that you dipping your foot in coaching, has that made you rethink some of your interactions with coaches over the years? Like, I should have chilled a little bit.
No.
Right.
You didn't call Carla? So you know what, Coach? My bad. Now that I'm on the other side.
Nah, I don't really think that way, Lou, because I think I appreciate myself more and how I dedicated my craft and how much time I spent on damn near being a coach while I was a player. So for me, my mindset, it is a little bit different, but in the same instance, I get to see how much time actually players are putting in the work off the court as far as film work and understanding and getting better for betterment for the team. So looking back, like I said, I think I did a hell of a job as far as that aspect, but also not crossing the line, but at the same time having a good expectations for the team.
Tell me what would be your coaching style. Now that you've been able to pick up some game from Doc, you've worked with some coaches I'm sure that you would care not to ever work with ever again, but it's some guys that you rock with. What would be your personal coaching style?
For me personally, I obviously a player coach, a willing listener, come in with a great veteran staff, my initial first year, and just, continue to take it day by day, putting the work in, understanding that as players, we put in about 3-4 hours a day and we're done in a sense. But I'm understanding that the coaching staff, it's about 6-7 hours a day. So just understanding what it takes to get to that level and being the best, putting the best foot forward. So for me, I get my practice in now on my AAU teams, as much as I'm involved with his team versus my son's, his teams in high school. So other than that, I'm just practicing as much as possible.
Yeah, Doe, I always thought I wanted to be a head coach, and then I played in the NBA, and I realized and no chance. Has this experience made you more or less likely to want to be a head coach in the NBA?
Head coach, and I want to do some front office work as well. I want to box myself in, but I feel like, everything I've ever put my mind to, I'm able to accomplish. And I've tried to surround myself with the right people as far as knowledge and understanding how to get to that level and just educate myself in every department I can.
I think you'd be a hell of a coach. I'm pulling for you.
Appreciate it. I'm learning patience. My bad. But I'm learning patience through my, just the kids I'm working with AAU-wise, my own kids. So I think a lot of people compare me in some instances to Magic as far as the intellect of the game and not having enough patience to coach, individuals at that level. But, everything in life is a challenge, and I think I'm willing to accept it and try to figure out, that angle and try to be great at that.
Nothing tries your patience than coaching AAU kids. I'm on the women's side, man, so nothing tries your patience more than that, for sure.
I like that.
But I always think, like...
Or the parents.
Parents, oh, my God. That's a whole nother episode.
Like, we talk about, like, as a player, like, I used to hate, tape shoot-arounds, or I used to hate all the events we had to do. Like, is there something that, as a player, that you couldn't stand, that you're like, all right, there's no way, if I'm a head coach one day, that we're doing that shit?
I would say, you know what? I don't even know if tape shoot-arounds are even allowed anymore.
I don't think it's legal anymore.
Right. So for me, those I used to hate those mornings, but I said I was fortunate. I had some great coaches that didn't even, we didn't even get taped, in my career, but others we did. So I'll probably absolutely agree with you on that one. Other than that, no, not really. I mean, like I said, I'm always trying to just talk to my leaders on the team, and then, like I said, hire a great staff. That's the biggest piece, and be a listener.
Got to talk a little Giannis here, because obviously watching, he's physically dominant. But have you learned anything about him now that you're around that perhaps maybe doesn't translate when we're just watching games?
How much he takes, I think, accountability. I don't know if that, he's always talking about, or a lot of guys put their hands up in that nature or my faults. But no, he takes a lot of accountability and he wants to win. When they don't win, he takes it damn near the hardest. And he's trying to figure out ways to figure out how to get the W done. So
I like that. A lot of people, Prime Shaq, obviously, when you think of physical dominance over the years, where do you put Giannis as far as, like, the guys in this league that have sort of had the skills and the traits that he has?
I mean, he's one of one. I mean, like I said, he's his own person. He's his own identity as far as something that we've never seen in our game before. I think he is more dominant in the paint-wise than Shaq. Obviously the times are different. And I'm not, I don't want to go at it with Shaq or anything, but I'm just saying numbers-wise. I think his percentages are greater, and I think he's scored, maybe more points in the paint. Like I said, the game is different, but he's unstoppable. Like I said, just being able to dominate in certain areas. I'll tell the young guys, I'm like, you don't have to be great everywhere, but if you can be your special talent and what you do best and own it and master it, and like I said, you'll find a way to carve a niche and be effective on the court.
Bill, let's go back to your playing career a little bit. When you told a story about Danny Ainge during those 2008 finals against the Lakers that basically demanded you shoot the ball more, and you ended up doing that, and Game 6 was a decisive win. You went off. Did you ever think, like, I can be doing more of this, or was it in your hearts and your game just to be like a pure point guard? Because I see the difference nowadays in point guards. Most of them are scoring point guards. It's rare that you see like a pure point guard these days. Was that just always your calling, or do you kind of look back and be like, damn, I could have been a bucket too?
No, like I said, we all, for sure, if you can go back even high school, like I said, I was averaging, damn near 28 points a game in high school. So it's like we have that nature. But for me, being able to be a pass-first guard, being able to manipulate the game in a different fashion, and understanding that the ball gives everyone energy. And if I'm able to facilitate that, give it to my teammates, I can tell them to go run through a wall for me, figuratively speaking. So when you give a guy a ball, like I said, they're more willing listening. If a guy run up down the court 4 or 5 times and hasn't touched it, the energy isn't the same. He probably doesn't get through that pick and roll even harder now. So it's like just those little things for me. Being a quarterback, being a pitcher, I was always taught to being selfish and figure out ways to improve your teammates. So that kind of just came natural for me, and I love to take that challenge on. Even when I played against, I played with Denver, I'm sure, with 15 to 20 All-Star or Hall of Famers. And what I pride myself on was making their job a lot easier. Just getting them easier buckets, getting that field goal percentage higher. So just playing games within the game, that's what I love to do.
Yeah, because you talked about the depth of the pure point guard. But where the game is now, do you see an opportunity for it to get back to where pure point guards exist?
It's hard to say that because, now there's so much random basketball, so you don't necessarily have to, manage the game as much until the fourth quarter. Back and obviously when there was less possession when I played.
It's just free-flowing now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just free-flowing, yeah, so you don't have to understand. But then times you do have a team where you have your big threes or you got your guys that a couple of different 3 All-Stars on the team to where I feel like a point guards can mitigate a lot of the problems if they're able to dedicate the ball to each one and make sure everybody's cool versus, hitting the media or depending solely on the coach. Because the coaches only do so much. You can call your sets and plays, but the ball's going to go where it goes. But also the new game of shooting within the first 6 seconds of the shot clock. I think I've seen one kid for the Lakers come down and shoot a, 1-on-3 trade. It's like, so it's like, if it's a point guard, back in the day, I'm cussing you out if you shoot that shot. But now it's like, do you overcoach that, or how do you handle that? So each game is different. Every personnel is different. So for me, there's not a lot of pure point guards left, but that's just the way the game has gone. But I don't think it's a lost art as far as what it can get back to.
Put your coach's hat on for me for a second. So if you can pick one of these young guards that's close as possible to a pure point guard, which one of these young guys would you build your team around?
You say young guy.
Well, give me a pure point guard, anything.
No, I got you. Okay, young guy. A young guy. I got to go with young. I mean, there's a lot of great young talent. I mean, obviously you can't.
It's not a lot of pure
Can't
point guards
understand
out there. A lot of these point guards now, hybrids, they really scoring guards.
Pure
Like, I
point
love
guard.
Cade
Yeah,
Cunningham, but
Cade Cunningham,
Like I said, so
Halliburton's
I
kind
feel
of a
like-
pure point guard type.
Yeah, I feel like if I can get a Cade to understand how to manage the game, because again, he's a 3-level scorer. He can manipulate the game on on both ends of the floor. So for me, if I can get my hands on a Cade Cunningham, JB's done a hell of a job down there, in the year he's in now. But I think he could become that one type of point guard. Like I said, it's only a couple of tweaks, and then it's about personnel. Because again, if he has to be the man and he has to get 30, then that's what he has to do. But then if he had maybe 2 more superstars in the game, he wouldn't have to manage and go get 30 every night.
absolutely.
And you look at Maxey, Brunson, These guys are all pretty much score first guard. Dame Lillard.
But like you said, that's what's needed.
Right.
That's what's needed with the positions that they in.
Doe, 2020 Lakers championship versus 2008 Celtics championship. You said that the Lakers championship meant more because it was in the bubble and you were with your son. How much shit did KG and those guys give you?
Listen,
you said that.
Now that we all have kids, I think they understand. It's not that it meant more from a sentimental point and something I obviously remember more with my kids. And like I said, if you have kids, you understand. So for me, at a young age, when I was with the Celtics, I'm thinking, this is about to be my new normal. I thought we had a hell of a time and the team that we can run it back to back with. And in a sense, I kind of took it for granted when I was that young. But understanding it took me, I think, 12 years later to get one, appreciating it 10 times more, and also being able to have that experience with, like I said, with my son. So it's just different values, but obviously the Celtic one got me to where I am, my career off the start. So that'll always be the first.
Are those relationships still special because of that? Because you go through a championship and they mean more. Like, I never won a championship. I never had that experience with those certain teammates, and I'm still close with certain guys. Is the relationship today still just as strong, or did that kind of fizzle out once you guys retire and start doing your own thing?
It's not necessarily they fizzle out. Like I said, I don't need to talk to my best friend every day. I don't talk to Josh at all every day, but that's my dog. So, as men, we kind of go at different ways about it. But for me, when I see everybody, it's always love. We all have lives and different families we're catching up with and, still creating our own path after basketball. But every time we see one of them, like I said, I'm going to try to figure out how to get this reunion going. It's about that time. I actually got to chop it up with Ray at the Emirates Cup. So, yeah, stay tuned.
I like that. We've had basically any guest that comes on of a certain age. KG is the top of the totem pole in the trash talking department. So we can't get enough of the stories. No one seems to even come close to him. Do you have a KG trash talk story that comes to mind?
That comes to mind. I mean, playing or not playing. I mean, he's still talking.
Either way, really.
Hey, Doe, KG
Man.
records downstairs and we record upstairs, and you can hear him through the walls.
Oh.
Lord, that's all you hear
Right.
through the walls.
Yeah, I'll be back at this soon. But nothing I can really specifically stand out and I can think about. I mean, he's a character 7 days a week. I mean, he's always into it. Me and him have actually almost got into a physical altercation one time. We was animated on the court, but he's like I said, he's always one of my favorite teammates of all time, and like a big brother to me still to this day. So I don't have anything I can think of.
Doe, I got to ask you about this whole Jimmy Butler drama. You played with him for one season in Chicago. What was just that experience like, and what do you make of everything that's going on with him now? Last night he wears the Phoenix Suns colored shoes. He does the hair a certain color. He's doing a lot right now. You didn't see that? He literally had on orange and purple shoes last night playing for the Heat, which was wild. What do you make of what's going on? Is this is just petty to the max? This is a nasty breakup? Like, what is this?
I would say this is a ugly divorce. I mean, and we're witnessing it all on Front Street. Obviously, both sides aren't happy. We've never seen it to this extreme. Like I said, where guys are wearing different, shoes that you want to go to with the hair and everything. So, I mean, Jimmy's being Jimmy. We're all different. We all have our own opinions of how we go about things, and you live life and learn through experiences. So that's my dog. I ain't gonna shoot him down. Like I said, he's doing him, and again, hopefully he finds a place where he's happy and he wants to, play the game at a high level again. Same thing I told. I actually texted Russ a couple weeks ago. Just told him I'm happy that he looks like he's back to playing good basketball and having fun. So.
Absolutely. And speaking of having fun, man, at the start of the season, You spoke about the Boston Celtics and how they were changing the game with their three-point shooting. Now that we're starting to get into the season, do you think this is good or bad for the game? And my personal opinion is, I love the three-point shooting. My problem is with analytics, it's a lot of guys shooting that shouldn't be shooting. Do you think that's good or bad for the game?
I think it's bad, man. I mean, like I said, I was just talking about it. It was actually Dalton Connect that shot the three I was thinking about with the Lakers. I mean, like they were out playing Phoenix, and he's on a break by himself, and he's 3 defenders back, and he pulls up, and it's like, I get it. You can make that shot. Analytics say maybe, like, I don't get that, but to me, you know, I wouldn't allow that to happen in a sense. You know what I mean? Like I said, not to knock anybody else that's doing what they're doing, but for me, we got to get a better shot than that. 1-on-3, 3-ball, you know, that's just taking away the game. And like I said, and again, as an offensive player, like, I don't want to run down the court and then you shoot a shot like that and then it sucks the energy out from me defensively. So it's like, it's just those things carry over there where it's like, why even watch it, or why would I even, you know, play as hard as I need to play if we're just all we're going to do is just jack threes? Like, play the game. You know, I'm a big believer in analytics, but to a certain extent, like, you got to play the game the right way.
Facts.
What's crazy, though, is I went to a practice one time, and they do the 3-man weave, classic drill. No one goes for the layups. They all go to layups.
Really?
It's three-pointers now.
So this is what's being taught. This is what's
15.
being drilled in their head. All 3 guys
Yes.
go to the three-point line, shoot 3 threes.
Can you
And
unprogram
it's going down,
it?
though.
Okay.
I mean, this is high school. This is middle school. This is the way, like,
Wow.
kids are, like, just destroying it. So.
We have to like reprogram the whole way of thinking. I don't know how you do that at the ground level. Superstitions, and this goes for you two as well. Like game day superstitions. The showering of 5 times a day. If you didn't shower 5 times a day, does it throw off everything?
You shower 5 times a day.
5 times a day?
No, you don't.
On game days.
On game days, guys.
Come on, dog.
For what?
Come on, dog. 5 times?
I mean, you wake up, I shower.
Morning.
We went through this.
Okay.
Okay, go to shoot around, shower.
Shower after.
Wake up, take a nap. I'm gonna take my nap.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna shower, get up, I gotta wait to get up. Then I go play the game. I mean, not fact, I gotta warm up, right?
Yeah.
40 minutes on the clock,
Where's
I take
the
a shower,
Oh, you
and then
tripping,
I shower after
dog.
the game.
Fifth was back.
That's a one of mine was I did
water
everything
bill.
on the right side first, like my right sock, right shoe to
Really?
get off on the right foot.
Oh, okay.
But 5 showers though,
5 showers is legit.
like two of them unnecessary.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of, yeah. But do you have none?
You know, like if I
I
like.
take a 2-hour nap, man. I gotta wake up from my
Yeah.
nap.
I get that one.
I
'cause
always
you-
took a nap.
Cool.
Yeah, wake
okay,
up.
the wake up shower, we probably could eliminate that one. You're on your way to shoot around. You're gonna sweat at the shoot around. We can eliminate that one.
I don't know. I kind of, all right.
I like the, I don't know. That's just how I'm.
That's
I
your,
like to be
yeah,
fresh,
it's your,
you
I mean,
know?
it's your superstition.
How many times you shower in a day now that you're retired? You still getting a good 5?
Twice, like 2.
Twice. That's a
2.
lot.
I'm back.
God, go days without
not a
showering.
lot.
Are you kidding me?
So 2 is appropriate.
2 a day?
2 is appropriate.
2
I
is
don't think
appropriate.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like 1 a day. Okay, I'm gross. I guess I'm gross.
Are you working out?
Yeah, but after I work out. All right, you know what?
That's it.
Too much. By the way, shout out to the animal crackers in the background. I can't stop staring at those. I'm obsessed. Rajon, thank you so much.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, Brody.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.